Hello everyone, this is Dr. John Makoff. I want to talk today about emotions and basically more about the unresolved emotions. How may that show up in your life? Unresolved traumas, how may that show up in your life in a variety of ways? So emotions have receptors in every organ, and certain organs have tendency towards certain emotions. And that's shown and treated with like in the neuroemotional technique, but it's also shown in Chinese medicine. It's shown in probably Ayurvedic medicine in various ways. But there's also other things to consider, because not discounting that, because I do that every day in patients to help them through their issues with those techniques of neuroemotional techniques. But something else just to consider when you're thinking about, why do I need to work on my unresolved emotions? I'm alive, I'm getting through every day. So some things to consider are, look at the patterns of your life. If you've dated various people who are similar that just keep not working out, why continue to follow that pattern? What's driving you to follow that pattern? Usually it is some, unresolved emotions, unresolved traumas, emotional stressors that were never dealt with, that keep driving you in a certain pattern for some reason. Different people will be different things. So it's not saying it's just one reason, but it's looking at the patterns. It's seeing, okay, this is not the optimal life I want. This keeps not working out for some reason. And, it's, like Einstein, keep doing the same thing and expecting different results is insanity, paraphrase probably. But it is recognizing, okay, is there a way to shift these patterns that is open to me as an option? And I work with a lot of people to do that. Sometimes with some of my own intuition, and sometimes with neuroemotional techniques, sometimes with some creative emotional wizardry, sometimes with Akashic Records reading, sometimes with a variety of different things, sometimes some quantum program vials, and we get creative. But what other ways, all right? Sometimes there's various pains that no matter who you go see, is still not getting better. Sometimes there is an emotional component to it, whether it is a Justin component, but I've seen it over and over again that sometimes it is the issue that's causing the pain, that you just don't realize that's the root of it. And dealing with that often helps with some of those chronic pain issues that aren't from something else. Often different techniques or different things of physical, emotional, internal gut issues, microbe issues, food issues can all interweave. But it's just, okay, there's this component that I see keep being missed. And I mean, the gut stuff gets missed a lot as well. But the emotional stuff gets missed over and over. And I see it in various people in my life who they might be able to see it in somebody else's, but they avoid it in their own right, whether conscious or subconsciously, and feel they don't need it or they don't have time for it, but then they keep going on that same gerbil wheel of doing the same things over and over again that are making mistakes in some way, shape, or form, and they don't change. And again, when we don't change something, when we keep triggering ourselves or creating certain things that we cause stressors in ourselves and avoid that, there's a reason. Whether it's a conscious reason doesn't mean it is a conscious reason, but it is repeated, and exploring that can resolve it, and you can then start to choose different patterns. How many decisions does somebody make from a fear-based or desperation-based that's an actually good decision? So where is that fear coming from? Where is that desperation coming from? Whether it's in business, whether it's in relationships, whether it is in health, whether it is in any different aspect of your life, when are those good decisions? And so what is making you feel the need to be in that fear and be under pressure to make a decision in that place versus, okay, why am I getting triggered into this fear? Is it from just what's going on currently? Or is it based in something from the past that I just never dealt with, that just built on itself? Or is that sort of scar tissue wound that every time it gets irritated, it's sensitive? And can you heal that wound? And yes, you can. So also things with fight or flight, which are also based in various unresolved emotional traumas, emotional stressors, issues, and whether they were modeled from family or from young age, and this is how we react, or how nothing is safe, or some other issues that happen later on. But those fight or flight, those survival things, A, don't allow you to make grounded decisions, B, take you out of the healing ability so that you heal slower, you aren't able to heal fully, and it depletes you more than actually helps you. It can put you in adrenal fatigue, so it's harder to recover energy, injuries, various life stuff. It can affect your fertility, because in the hierarchy of things, survival is more important than reproduction. So when you deal with certain of the emotional traumas, stressors from before, and choosing to really confronting them, dealing with them, and trying to resolve them with learning from them, it shifts your whole life pattern. It can shift your whole life fields. It can also shift different opportunities that seem to open for you just that weren't opening before. Once you shift your perspective, once you shift your energetic fields of sorts, you can see that your environment starts to change. You can see that your community starts to change. You can see the opportunities start to change. So this is just some initial things to try to stimulate some new thoughts, new perspectives. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave below or send me a message. And have a blessed day. Thank you.